Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another comic book review. And today we're going to take a look at Infinite Crisis, written by Geoff Johns, and art by Phil Jimenez, George Perez, Jerry Ordway, Ivan Reis, and Andy Lanning. And this was a crossover event from 2005 that really brought all the DC heroes into play here, including the Great Trinity here, as well as sort of paying homage to the 1985 Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, which really was one of the main events that had repercussions with, many characters dying and introducing all the multiverses and all sorts of crazy stuff. And there's a little intro here by Dan DiDio that explains that every 10 years or so, he likes to reboot things and, start fresh and get a clean slate, because at that time, before Crisis on Infinite Earths, it was just kept going over and over and over again, and really, there was no repercussions. I mean, you had Superman always saved the day, Batman always saving the day, and so on and so forth. And then it wasn't until, I guess in the 90s, you had Death of Superman, Crisis on Infinite Earths, you lost Supergirl, and all sorts of crazy stuff happened in that one, and Barry Allen Flash, and all that stuff. So every few years, they like to change it up here and introduce some new stuff. And this was right before, a couple years before New 52. So it shows all the three heroes here sort of at odds on each other. Wonder Woman in this timeline had just killed Maxwell Lord. Batman is increasingly paranoid of Superman. And Superman is, continuing to try and do the right thing to try and be the peacemaker. And it's showing Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord. And then it's showing how Connor Kent here, who was the Superboy, the clone Superboy from Death of Superman. And it's really just showing how everyone is just defeated and not the same as they were, not as heroic as they used to be. And you have the Titans here, and Nightwing making a stand against Brother Eye and his minions, and all these guys show up. And really terrific art by Phil Jimenez. I looked up Phil Jimenez, and he doesn't really do work anymore. This is really the last main series he did back in 2005 and 2006, and I haven't seen his name on anything recently. So there's all these sort of events going on. You have the Adam Strange and Hawkman and all them, and the Green Lanterns fighting people all these galaxies away, and really the world is at odds here. Then you have the Riddler, and everything is going to hell. There's the Spectre again, Shazam, Captain Marvel. Pretty much every hero makes an appearance. You have Uncle Sam and all them. And the Legion of Doom comes out here. You have, all of them, really. You have Black Adam, Sinestro, Reverse Flash, Cheetah. I like how with Reverse Flash, they kind of have him appear all over the place, and he's sort of, like, going real fast. Really good stuff. And they're going away, just killing stuff, and their strings are being pulled by Lex Luthor. And really great artwork, dynamic pages and whatnot. And they're infiltrating. I think they're in the Batcave here. But really terrific art. And it's showing how these heroes here, Deathstroke's killing everyone. He killed somebody. Not Uncle Sam. Maybe it's in the next panel. But at this point, the Superman from Earth-2 makes an appearance. And at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths, you had Superman from Earth-2, Alexander Luthor from, I think, Earth-3, you had Superboy from Earth-Prime, and then you also had Lois Lane from Earth-2, kind of locked themselves away in a sort of heaven. And they have the Power Girl there now. And then, who's that there? You have Animal Man, all these people trying to go on their way. So Power Girl is in a different Earth here. And the Superman from Earth-2 recruits her, and she really has no recollection of what happened through many of the years. So he's bringing Power Girl here, the Superman from Earth-2, to see a dying Lois Lane. And he's explaining how in the Crisis on Infinite Earths, back in the day, you kind of had, you had the Justice Society of America, and then you had the Justice League. And they were kind of going on, but they never really interacted. And after Crisis on Infinite Earths, they all sort of merged onto the one Earth. And it's kind of confusing going back. And I haven't read Crisis on Infinite Earths in a long time, but it's it's really interesting to see how all these characters come in. And I mean, look at these pages here. You have so many panels just in one page having all this detail. And it's really quite good. But so Superman from Earth 2 shows Power Girl, shows Lois Lane sort of dying here. And his goal here is to create the ultimate Earth. Because what he believes is that Earth 1, which they're on now, is seeing so much despair and all the heroes have failed so many times. Who's that? I have Booster Gold here. And then you have the Joker, and remember this for later. So the Joker wants to get on the action, and the Legion of Doom's like, oh, we didn't call you, Joker. You got to get the hell out of here. I mean, Power Girl, she looks drop dead gorgeous, right? You got, so Brother Eye talking to Batman, basically saying that, Batman, if through your paranoia, you created me, and I will be your undoing. Great shot of Wonder Woman here. Like I said, you'll see later, you have the George Perez homages here. Wonder Woman's making her Santa mascara. And so Power Girl lost her memory, and Superman from Earth 2 is trying to explain what's going on. So, I mean, crazy stuff. And then you have this appearance from Aquaman, and he really doesn't do much in this book, but he shows up, and it shows the Spectre again. So, we'll just skip a little. I mean, look at the detail of that. Freaking looks like the weapon from Final Fantasy VII, sorta. But Batman's beside himself. He can't really do anything. Brother Eye is like showing him all the traumatic events from his past of, obviously his parents dying, Jason Todd dying. And then Superman from Earth 2 shows up and is saying, I can bring you the ultimate Earth, Batman. You can join me. And like I said, Lois is dying, and that's their plan here. You have this Alexander Luthor who turned out to be a hero in Crisis on Infinite Earths, but, he's acting very strange here. Then you have this crew here. There's Detective Chimp, and that's Superman from this Earth. And, like I said, just a lot going on. Every hero that you ever know really gets an appearance in this. Wonder Woman, the people don't really appreciate Wonder Woman anymore. They think she's a sort of false prophet in the fact that she killed Maxwell Lord and isn't standing for what she isn't practicing what she preaches anymore. So then there's these two different Lex Luthors coming face to face with all these different realities. Crazy stuff. So this note here sort of brings Power Girl her memories back. But then she comes across this little vessel here where she sees the Martian Manhunter chained up. She sees Shazam chained up. All these people chained up, and then Superboy and Alexander Luthor here are conspiring against her, and she's like, I told you, she knows too much. And he beats her, and then it cuts to Batman. This is Brother Eye showing it to Batman. So now Batman's in on it too, that he knows what's going on here, that really the heroes of Crisis on Infinite Earths are plotting to create an ultimate Earth just for themselves while sacrificing the heroes of Earth 1. So, and also, the Superman from Earth 2 is saying that, when we create the new Earth, Dick Grayson will cease to exist, and Batman can't let that happen. Dick Grayson's one of his, it's his protege, his original protege. So Booster Gold finds this guy here, Jamie, what was his name? Jamie Reis, I think his name is, and he turns out to be the Blue Beetle. And so Superboy-Prime comes down here to Smallville, to the Kent household, and he was hassling Ma and Pa Kent earlier in a few issues back. And he's saying that Connor Kent is the false Superboy, to which Krypto's not having it after they destroyed the house. And that's it, come on! And Connor Kent, Superboy's charging up, getting ready to go, beating the living hell out of Superboy-Prime, going all at it. And he calls the Teen Titans for backup, and all the Teen Titans show up. I mean, great shot right there. You got all of them. I mean, and then Wonder Girl. The Wonder Girl, his girlfriend, what's her name? Cassie, something like that. Like I said, so many characters to even keep up with. And then you have the whole Speed Force with the Flashes, Jay Garrick, you have Wally West, you have Bart Allen all show up to get Superboy-Prime out of there, flashing away. Really quite terrific. So Black Adam, he was working with, Black Adam's sort of an anti-hero. He was working with the Legion of Doom, and then they were using him to power that thing. And he sees that he's betrayed, so he starts going beating the ever-living hell out of everyone. You know, you got Supergirl and Starfire both looking hot. And so the Superman from Earth-2 finally sees his vision, sees the two Earths, so they go back to the second Earth with Lois, and that's what he believes through Alexander Luthor, that's how he can save Lois from dying, because she keeps aging. But it's not enough. So here's some more heroes there. In the creation of that new Earth, many of the heroes disappeared again, so they're having a sort of memorial for the ones that disappeared. And Lois is back for, you know, we did it, we saved you. And Booster Gold and Blue Beetle go to Batman, saying, Batman, we gotta get the team together, we gotta figure this all out. But in the fleeting moment as Lois was alive, you know, she starts to age again, and then, you know, she falls down. And you get this iconic page. I'm pretty sure George Perez drew this again, but, you know, you had the iconic page from Crisis on Infinite Earths with Superman holding Supergirl dead, and now he's holding Lois Lane dead. And Wonder Woman's trying to rally the cause here. She's got the old Wonder Woman from the old Earth showing up to encourage her to fight again. And then Superman from Earth-2 is just distraught that, you know, Lois Lane's dead, that he's attacking the Superman from this Earth, saying that your Earth is corrupted. I wanted this Earth to be correct, but we shouldn't have saved your Earth during the crisis. It's all your fault. And all the past and present heroes are trying to get it together here. And it's at this point where Superman from Earth-2 realizes that Alexander Luthor had betrayed him. And all these sort of Earths start popping up. And the Flash shows up again and saying he's too late. He wasn't able to stop Superboy-Prime. Look at that drawing. Jim Lee did all these covers, too. Terrific stuff. There's Brother Eye in space, and Batman's leading the assault. He's got a pretty interesting team led by the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. He's got Green Arrow. He's got John Stewart and Hal Jordan. He's got Black Lightning, Black Canary, all these sort of interesting characters. And then in space here, it's all these different Earths that sort of appeared. This was my favorite, Earth Zero with the Bizarro. There's Bizarro, Superman and Bizarro, Lois Lane killing each other. You have at the bottom here, Batman making a funny face. Oh man, this was such a fun read. I sat down, it took me like an hour and a half to read it, and this was just so much fun. The Spectre appears again, Wonder Girl, and they're freeing all the heroes that they have chained up here. Like they had the Martian Manhunter, now they have Power Girl, they had Black Adam, who they freed. All these people, if they free them, they can stop Alexander Luthor and his evil plan. Hawkman showing up at the end for the battle. Just lots of great battles. They free Black Adam, and he actually kills this one guy. Just sticks his fingers to his eyes, and they're contemplating, is he on our side? Well, who cares? He's on our side now. He's fighting Superboy-Prime. He's got this really cool armor here, and Nightwing's trying to go against him. Nightwing and Connor Kent and Wonder Girl are busy freeing everybody, and it comes down to Superboy-Prime versus Connor Kent versus Wonder Girl versus Nightwing. And obviously Wonder Girl and Superboy are pretty powerful, and Nightwing is just a human like Batman. Just this incredible battles, death and despair. And actually Connor Kent ends up dying, defeating Superboy-Prime, and you see everyone looking on. And you know, this was his death here. He had come in what was it? The Death of Superman. You know, he was one of the Superman clones, Superboy. And at this point, 2005, he died. So it was pretty iconic death right there. So they got to avenge his death. They have the whole Green Lantern force going in to try and stop Superboy. And the heroes on Earth going against each other. Doomsday. All sorts of chaos, really. The Flash again, Deathstroke. Deathstroke's getting in on it. And it takes the Superman from Earth and Superman from Earth-2, along with the Green Lanterns, to send Superboy back to a different Earth where he can be weakened. And then you have this spot, this scene right here, where Batman, you know, he thinks at this point Nightwing is dead because Nightwing took a big beating. He pulls a gun on Alexander Luthor, and he's about to do it, and Wonder Woman says, it's not worth it. I know, damn it. Alexander Luthor says, this doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're better, Wonder Woman. And Then there's this standoff here, all these battles. Superboy, Superman from Earth 2, and the normal Superman. And you see the blood and despair, and, Superboy is pleading with the Superman from our Earth, saying, I am the best Superman. I will be the greatest hero. And he's beating the ever-living hell out of him. And you see he doesn't even have a shirt left. He's all skin, just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then at the end there, you have Power Girl consoling Superman from Earth 2, and that's it. One day you'll see they're still out there. And at this point, everyone sort of reconciles. And at the end, remember I said about the Joker? You have the Joker shows up. You have, Alexander Luthor is running away, and the Joker shows up. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And he's the one that does Alexander Luthor in. You thought Batman was going to do it. Nope, it was the Joker. And everyone has a new lease on life. You have Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman all at it now, trying to do better in their heroic duties. And it took the death of, Superman from Earth 2 and Connor Kent. And then you have Superboy-Prime, encased. They're saying he's being guarded by 50 Green Lanterns at a time. And he's continuing to cut himself to make the S in blood. And he says, I've been in worse places than this, and I've gotten out. So I'd love to know which story I should read to follow that, but I had a lot of fun reading this. Geoff Johns, great writer. Not really doing anything recently. I'm pretty sure he's actually working on a Batman book that's going to come out in the summer with Jason Fabok. It's like a 3-issue miniseries, Batman 3 Jokers. But this is a bit of a long video, but I mean, this book was so much fun. A lot of stuff to get to. Really, every hero and villain that you've seen in the DC universe makes an appearance here. Obviously, with the focus on the Trinity and Superman from Earth 2 and Nightwing and Power Girl. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you thought if you read it. And stay tuned for some more comic book reviews coming soon. Everybody have a great day.